In this video, we're going to take a look at the United Church of Christ, California, and I'm going to show you how to make updates and edits to your site, kind of just some of the basic things you might need help with if our staff wasn't around. So first we'll start with logging in. You'll go to the URL /wp-admin. Once you put that in, it's going to take you to a login screen where you'll put in your username and password that you've been given. If we need to set someone up with admin credentials that doesn't already have them, we can do that for you and take care of that. So just let us know if somebody else needs those. So what I kind of want to do is just walk through some of the basic parts of this dashboard here. So these items here are in use and do have a use and purpose on the site, but really mainly the main things kind of go through this dashboard. So I'm going to kind of just go down the list and go through what I think is most important and things that you'll possibly want to update. And then I'll have another tab open so we can look from the front end and the back end as well. So let's start with, I'm going to kind of skip over a couple things that aren't really in use and we'll go straight to media. This is just where PDFs, Word docs, and images are housed. So if you want to add new media, you can click add new here and it's going to give you a little box where you can either click select and it's going to open up a finder window, or you can drag and drop. So you can see there, or you can drag and drop items into the upload here, and this is where they will be housed. So if I click on any one particular media item, I can see it from here. And I can also find the URL for that item. So if let's say I copy this URL, and then if I paste it into a new tab, I can view this item. So I can see, okay, this is where it's housed. This is where these PDFs are at, and I can download it again if I need to from there. Or you'll need to hyperlink certain items, and this is where you can get that URL. But this is just where these are housed. If you ever need to add them within a certain page or post, the media library is available through there, so you don't have to kind of come back over here, but I just kind of wanted to show you that. So if you end up adding an image and you want to edit it, so if you want to like crop or rotate it, you can do that through here. You would just click save if you make any changes. So you can do that to images. So again, this is where PDFs, MP3s, Word docs, and images are all housed and uploaded, and they can be edited or even deleted from here if you want to get rid of them for some reason if they're not being used. So that's where those are located. Under forms, I'll just kind of go over this briefly. It looks like, I'm trying to remember, you definitely have a form, a connection card form. So if you want to make any updates to this, the different fields that can be added are over here, and they're pretty intuitive. They're titled what you think they would be. So if it's a name field, a phone number field, you can kind of see that's what that would include. So if you want to reorder any of these things, you can drag and rearrange them. You can add new fields. If you delete any field, you'll lose all of the data from any of the entries. So you'll just want to make sure that you look at the entries before you delete any fields. Another option again is to look into the entries. So if I want to click entries here, I can see the different entries. It looks like right now it's just a test, so nothing to worry about there. But if you want to kind of look over that at all, that's where that's located. So I just kind of wanted to show you that briefly. So under pages, I want to take a look at just one or two pages just to kind of show you what's going on here so you can see. So one page that you might want to adjust, that you might adjust without us, would be this COVID-19. And so I just want to kind of to open this up really quick to show you where this is at. So for each page, there's different little page sections. And so for this page, it's basically just text. And so I'll open it in a new tab and you can see pretty much just text. So there's only one page section and it's all just copy. So if you have new copy that's typed up, basically all you would have to do is select it all and then paste it right here. And then you'll click update and that'll update that page for you. So it's all the copy right here. Again, you'll just copy and paste what you need there. And so that might be helpful if at some point you need to adjust that. Let me go back. We didn't make any changes, so I don't want to save anything. Let's go back to the pages and see if there's something else that might be helpful. A lot of the other items on your site are edited through these different buttons and these little thumbtack options over here. So one other thing I wanted to look at was maybe just the home page. So if we take a quick look at the home page, and I mentioned there are page sections, and so if you look, I know there are things here that you might want to edit. Your homepage is pretty straightforward, and I wouldn't recommend adding too much. But one thing I was thinking is if you wanted to adjust wording or put some sort of announcement, I could show you how to do that. So again, you've got these different sections that are collapsible or decollapsible here. And so the first section is this revolution slider, which creates this image here. So this is kind of just static and doesn't really change. And this short code is what places that there. So you don't actually edit that slider on the homepage, you'll edit it elsewhere. And so I'm going to go ahead and slide down to this next section where you can see Welcome to United Church of Christ, California. And then you've got your 3 buttons here. So basically what I wanted to say is you can edit this copy the same way I showed you how to edit it in the last spot. You can either copy and paste new content. You can type new content in here. Then you can bold, italicize. You can change the size of the text. You can change the alignment, left, right, or center. You can hyperlink text. All those different kinds of things. So let's say you wanted to add another section in between and you wanted to make some sort of announcement on your homepage. So you would add a row. So now we've got a new section on the page here. So let's say this is what I want to type. So I'm going to go ahead and center this copy. I'm going to make this large. So we'll make this bigger. I want to make this a button, so that's under formats, button, and I want to hyperlink it to a page with more information. So I'm just going to do that for now just to show you how it works. And I'm going to click update and let's see what it looks like. And we'll refresh and we'll see, okay, here's an announcement. So then this can link people to a page with more information so that people can find that easily. So that would be something that maybe if you didn't want to reach out to us and you wanted to kind of just make this really quick. So one thing I want to say here is that you can see both of these have like a white background. And so in order to kind of make them stand out or different, what you can see is on each little page section, there's a set of tabs. So if I go here and I click background, then I can either change the color of the background to whatever I want. So I can kind of adjust and change it to a different color. Say we want to do a blue. Then I might want to come in here and change this all to white text. So that's also an option. So let's just take a look at what this looks like and see if that looks any good. Oh, it's my internet is going really slow, so that's why it's not working. Oh no. Okay. Let's see if we can just refresh the page. I don't know what happened there. So let's go back to our content and see if any of it's stuck. Let's see. So we want to format it as white text. We want to give it a background color. I'm just going to do something like a dark blue. Then I'm going to click update and let's see if that works. Okay. So now I'll refresh this, see if it looks like anything. Okay. So you can see the blue doesn't look great. And then again, you can just kind of play around with that. So another thing that's an option is to have an image in the background. So you can either, get a stock photo or grab one of your photos that you've got here already. And then I can make this kind of like a little bit transparent. So let's make it a little different shade and then we can make it a little transparent so we can see the image through the background and then click update and then let's see how that looks now. Okay, so not great. It doesn't look great because you've got picture on picture there, but you can kind of mess around with that, or you could make this one a different color, or you can make this a solid color. Either way, whatever you think looks the best, that's where you adjust it. So I can add an image and I can change the color and the overlay, or you can just make it a solid color with no background. So that's a good way to add an announcement if you need to. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this row because we don't actually want that, and click update. So that's one way to add like a little something to your homepage. And you could also add the announcement here and just make this section a little bit bigger so that the announcement could go right there. So same idea, you would just add the copy where you wanted it, and you can adjust it however you would like, and you'll just click update to make those changes. So that's how you kind of update those homepage items. So let's move on down. I'm going to talk about this, A Time of Hope. So this is one of the thumbtack items. This is the media files. So basically, if you ever wanted to add these on your own, all you would have to do is add the name and date like we've been adding for you. And then if you scroll all the way down, you just add the audio file here. So if I click add file, it's going to open up my media library, and I can either upload it here, or if I've already uploaded it, I can just select it, click add file down there in the bottom right, and then it'll add the right one, and then I'll click publish or update. So if I click add new or add new here, it'll take me to a page where I can add a new one. Put in the title, basically just ignore this, you don't need this at all, and just add the file, the appropriate file here, and click publish, and it'll show up on your Time of Hope section. The next thing I want to look at is announcements, which I believe is everything on the like resources page or my UCC here. So these are all these different items here. So some of these link to a PDF, some of these link to a page. So it just depends. So for the different, you can find them all here, and they all kind of function in a similar way. I think one that's important is the weekly bulletin. This one might be helpful for you. So if you see weekly bulletin here, basically this is where we add your bulletins every week. So if you come in and just want to add a new one, you would add the date or whatever you want it to say here. Then I go to add media, I upload the file, or I click here and find it that if I've already uploaded it elsewhere, and then I click on it, and this is when I'm going to need to copy that URL. So I'll click copy to that URL, and now I'm going to hyperlink it. And now it will show up on this page, and I'll just click update. That'll show up there. But I'm going to go ahead and delete that because we don't want that. So that's basically how you add those bulletins. If I go back to all announcements, the other items, so some of them, again, A Time of Hope just links to those Time of Hope items here, so you don't actually edit that here. You can edit the grief share one here if you want. That copy is here, and you can edit it much the same way. Online worship, I think, just links out to an external link. Yeah, so. So yeah, you can edit the copy, or like this one just links to that PDF. So you can kind of look around and see that these different items, all the announcement items are edited through here. I think the main ones you're looking at are weekly bulletin, and then that Time of Hope option is here. The home buttons can also be edited over here. So these home buttons on your home page can be edited. I don't know. I don't see you needing to edit those much though. So, but that's where they're at. And then when we created special event buttons, like for Christmas, this is where those were located. If you want to give someone else admin access to your site, you can click on users here and create a new admin account here. All you need is an email that's associated with the account, and it's a pretty self-explanatory. So you kind of click add new, and then it'll walk you through it. If I click add new right now, it will show our passwords, which I don't want to do, so that's why I'm not walking you through it right here. But if you click add new, it'll load a profile, and then you can add a new email password combo there. Or this is also where you can edit your password. So if you don't like your password, you can log in and change it. And then I want to talk briefly about slider revolution. So slider revolution can get pretty complicated. So right now you've got these nice images with this static text here. So basically I'll show you if you want to edit that text to say something else, like let's say you wanted to put your announcement there instead. You could definitely do that. So basically I'm going to go to slides right here and go to global layers, and this is going to pull up this global layer, which means this shows up on every single slide. So if I double click it, it takes me to where I can edit the copy. So I edit that copy over here. If I make any changes, I click save. So if you do want to edit this copy and make it an announcement, you can do that. Yeah, so that's an option. I mean, and then you can always just put this back. If you want to change the size of the text and the weight of the text, that's located here. And then if I click right here, this is going to take me to slide options, and I'm going to go to the first slide, and it's going to show me that I've got this image as the background. And so this is where I can update the background. If I want to upload a new image, now that's the background. So that's how you change out the background. Obviously, we don't want to add that. And if I want to add a new slide, what I would suggest is you can add a slide here. I can say add blank slide, or you can just duplicate a slide that's already there. This little button means duplicate. And then on the duplicated slide, it'll take you straight to the duplicated slide. And I can change out the background image here and change it to whatever I want. I can add additional images. I can change their order by dragging them, or I can delete it through here, which that's what I want to do. And then you'll just click save anytime you make any changes. So those are kind of the basics. That's kind of the main ways to make edits to the site. And I think that we'll cover most of what might cause issue or problems or things that you would look at making kind of on an emergency basis like you had mentioned. So hopefully this is helpful. If there's something specific you guys would like help on how to edit or adjust, please let us know and we can add to this video and give you a little bit more explanation on that.